What's up, guys? Today is Travel Tuesday, and welcome to the present road. For a minute, see over here. You probably know that already. Today's video is a little bit different. We're going to talk about our world trip travel. We have so many items to cover, so we're going to break it up in 3 videos. So the first one, we're going to talk about how we save money for this trip. Right?
Yes. Part 2 is going to be all about how we planned it. We get a lot of questions about that. And the third part is about would we do it again and what would we do differently if we did.
Yep.
Let's get to it. So a lot of people are very curious about how you pay for a trip around the world. Some people think that we won the lottery. No.
I wish.
That would have been nice. Or that maybe we have some super rich sponsor who just loves us and is paying for us to go live this crazy life. And
I wish.
Also not true. The honest truth is that it took us about 5 years of planning and saving to be able to go out there and do this trip. The first thing that we tried to gauge was how much this trip might cost because it's for such a long time. So what we did is we went to Mexico with Mr. Longcott. He had no problems on this research trip of ours.
Cancun research.
And what we did is we tracked every single expense during that trip, and we also did the kinds of things that we thought we wanted to do during a world trip. So maybe less resorts, but not like super cheap accommodations either.
Yeah, we stayed in the hostels.
We stayed in a hostel.
We took some local bus transportations.
Yes. But we also stayed in a nicer hotel, and we did some nicer things. So it was a mix of what we thought we would be doing during our world trip. And then we looked at the categories to see how much we were spending on food versus lodging versus activities and that sort of thing. And we bumped up the numbers from there. So we knew that places like Australia, Japan, South Korea, Western Europe would be more expensive, but then Southeast Asia, for example, would be cheaper. And we just kind of went with that. We weren't really sure if that was the right ratio or if it was enough, but we just had to pick a number. And the number we picked was $120 per day. That was our budget. That included everything: transportation, accommodations, lodging, food. We just multiplied that by the number of days we thought would be on the road, and then we looked at the number. We're like, oh, that's a lot of money.
So yes, that's how we got the number. And we were also very fortunate that we own a place, a home, with a very low mortgage. So this put us in a position to actually pay off our other debts aggressively.
So the second thing that we did was identify where was our money going. We had car payments, we had some residual student loans. We didn't want to be paying this on the road because we weren't going to be using our cars, and student loans have to pay them. But if you don't have that student loan payment on the road, it's even better. And 2, whatever money we weren't using to pay for that, we could be using for savings. So we just doubled down and paid all that first, and that was a pretty big chunk of our expenses.
Also, we actually cut down a lot of our expenses, like my Netflix, going out for dinner.
Oh.
Yeah. What else did I cut off? Movie channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And movies too, going to the movies.
Yes, yes.
So it wasn't that we lived a deprived life. If some of you guys saw us during that time, you probably didn't think we were living on rice and beans every day. We just tried to spend a little less than we were doing before. So.
Well, and one more thing that we cut off was my massage. My shiatsu. Yeah.
The last thing that we did was, because we had so much time, 5 years is a long time, we started to accumulate points in what we hoped was a strategic way. So we consulted with some of our travel hacking friends. You know who you are. Thank you so much for your help. And tried to decide where did we want to use points, where did it make sense. We just picked a few things that we wanted to use points on. During those 5 years, we literally hoarded points.
Yes,
it was
we did.
a mission. We have 2 blog posts that talk about this. One is exactly how much we spent, so you can go check that out and you can see the categories. And the other one was how many points we accumulated during the trip. But you can just take that same blog post and that's how much we saved leading up to the trip.
Yeah. So I think that's it for part 1, right?
Yeah.
That's it for part 1.
So there's no secret. In our case, we just worked really hard for 5 years to save money so we could go on this trip.
So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't. And
yeah, we post travel related videos every Tuesday, and next Tuesday will be part 2 of the series, which is all about planning.
Alrighty guys, see you next time.